They laughed together on late-night television, toasted champagne at Mar-a-Lago, and even fought for his approval on The Apprentice. For years, Donald Trump was a magnet for celebrities, actors, athletes, musicians, all basking in his spotlight. But what happens when the glitz fades and politics takes center stage? Today, we revisit 10 famous names who once stood close to Trump and reveal where they are now. For decades, Donald Trump was more than a businessman. He was entertainment. From the casinos of Atlantic City to the gold-plated boardroom of The Apprentice, celebrities circled around him like moths to a flame. Some called him a mentor, others a friend. And for a while, being seen with Trump meant power, prestige, and front-page coverage. But then came the presidency. Suddenly, those same ties carried a different weight. In the polarized world of American politics, loyalty to Trump could make or break a career. Some stars doubled down, others cut ties, and a few vanished from the spotlight altogether. So, where are they now? Let's count down 10 celebrities whose lives took unexpected turns after standing in Trump's shadow. Number 10, Gary Busey. At number 10, the eccentric Hollywood wildcard Gary Busey. Back in 2011, Busey was a standout contestant on Celebrity Apprentice. His unpredictable antics, bizarre one-liners, and eccentric personality made him both a fan favorite and a target of Trump's sharp critiques. Trump once called him a good man, but a handful, a description that stuck. But life after the Trump era wasn't kind to Gary. In recent years, he's faced mounting legal troubles, health scares, and even allegations of misconduct. Once a Hollywood mainstay with an Oscar nomination for The Buddy Holly Story, today Busey is remembered less for his talent and more for his controversies. From golden opportunities on Trump's reality show to struggling with fading fame and scandal, Gary Busey's story is a cautionary tale of how quickly the spotlight can burn out. Number 9. Charlie Sheen. At number 9, the king of Hollywood meltdowns, Charlie Sheen. In the early 2000s, Sheen and Trump crossed paths often in New York's glitzy circles. There's even that infamous story. Trump gifted Sheen a pair of diamond cufflinks, claiming they were worth thousands. Later, Sheen discovered they were fake. Cheap pewter, he scoffed an anecdote that went viral and added fuel to the long list of Trump tall tales. But Sheen's own downfall was even more dramatic. Once the highest-paid actor on television for 2.5 Men, he spiraled into a haze of drugs, public outbursts, and that unforgettable catchphrase, winning. In 2015, he revealed his HIV diagnosis, sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Today, Charlie Sheen lives a quieter life. Far from the spotlight that once paid him $1.8 million per episode, his fortune has dwindled, his fame faded, and his connection to Trump is now just a strange anecdote in a long, chaotic career. Number 8. Piers Morgan. At number 8, the outspoken British broadcaster Piers Morgan. Back in 2008, Morgan became one of Donald Trump's proudest protégés after winning the Celebrity Apprentice. Trump praised him as tough, smart, and relentless qualities that made Morgan a household name both in the UK and across the Atlantic. For a while, their friendship thrived. Piers defended Trump on air, interviewed him repeatedly, and even called him a formidable force. But as Trump's presidency unfolded, cracks began to show. By 2020, Morgan was openly critical of Trump's handling of COVID-19, blasting his leadership in fiery newspaper columns. Today, Piers Morgan is still a media firebrand, hosting Piers Morgan Uncensored and sparking controversy wherever he goes. His relationship with Trump? Complicated at best, what began with applause in Trump Tower has cooled into public clashes played out on global television. Number 7. Dennis Rodman. At number 7, the basketball rebel himself, Dennis Rodman. Known for his flamboyant style and wild personality, Rodman first connected with Trump through the world of celebrity television. He appeared on The Apprentice not once, but twice, in 2009 and 2013. Trump loved his unpredictability, calling him a winner but a loose cannon. But Rodman's ties to Trump were just one chapter in his eccentric journey. After basketball, he became an unlikely diplomat, famously forging a bizarre friendship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. While Trump was president, Rodman even offered to help bridge peace talks, though his role was mostly symbolic. Today, Rodman is still a pop culture oddity appearing in documentaries, reality shows, and headlines that blur the line between sports legend and international curiosity. His connection to Trump, a strange footnote in a career built on chaos. In the early 2000s, standing beside Donald Trump was a ticket to headlines, invitations, and influence. Celebrities flocked to his hotels, his casinos, and his television boardroom. To many, he was a symbol of wealth and swagger. But after 2016, the game changed. Trump wasn't just a showman anymore. He was the most polarizing figure in American politics. In Hollywood, where public image is everything, supporting him became a liability. Some stars doubled down, others quietly slipped away. And many, who once toasted with him at Mar-a-Lago, now pretend those photos never existed. What was once a golden ticket turned into a scarlet letter. And for some, the cost was their careers. Number 6. Omarosa Manigo Newman. At number 6, the Apprentice contestant who went from reality television villain to White House insider Omarosa Manigo Newman. Omarosa first captured attention as one of the fiercest personalities on The Apprentice. Trump admired her ambition, bringing her back for multiple seasons. To many, she was the ultimate Trump protégé. But the story didn't end with reality television. When Trump became president, Omarosa followed him to Washington, serving as Director of Communications for the Office of Public Liaison. For a brief moment, she was one of the most powerful African-American women in the White House. Yet her tenure ended in scandal. In 2017, she was abruptly fired and her exit became a media circus. Omarosa struck back with a tell-all book, Unhinged, and secretly recorded tapes that embarrassed the administration. Overnight, she transformed from Trump's ally to one of his most vocal critics. Today, Omarosa works as a commentator and author, her name forever tied to Trump, but no longer as his apprentice, rather as his betrayer. Number 5. Howard Stern. At number 5, the shock jock who once gave Trump a microphone, Howard Stern. For decades, Stern and Trump shared a strange friendship. Trump was a regular guest on The Howard Stern Show, where he bragged about women, business deals, and even his daughter Ivanka. Stern gave him airtime, and Trump gave Stern ratings. It was a mutually beneficial relationship built on outrageous soundbites. But things changed when Trump entered politics. Stern, known for pushing boundaries, found himself deeply uncomfortable with the new version of his old friend. By 2016, he admitted he was against Trump's run for president. And by the time Trump left the White House, Stern was openly blasting him on air, calling him a failed president, and urging his fans to move on. Today, Howard Stern remains one of the most powerful voices in radio, broadcasting on Sirius XM with millions of listeners. His relationship with Trump, once close, now completely severed. In Stern's words, "I don't recognize the man I used to know." Number 4, Mike Tyson. At number 4, the heavyweight champion whose career once had Donald Trump in his corner, Mike Tyson. In the late 1980 seconds, Trump was more than just a boxing fan. He was a fight promoter. He hosted Tyson's title bouts at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, calling him the greatest fighter in the world. Trump basked in Tyson's glory, and Tyson enjoyed the glitz and paydays Trump delivered. But the bond didn't last forever. Tyson's life spiraled with scandals, prison time, and bankruptcy. By the time Trump entered politics, Tyson's support was lukewarm. At best, he once offered an endorsement, but quickly backed away when backlash hit. Today, Mike Tyson has reinvented himself, hosting a popular podcast, dabbling in cannabis business, and even stepping back into the ring for exhibition fights. Once Trump's prized boxer, he now keeps his distance, focusing on his own redemption story. Number 3. Kanye West. At number 3, the rapper who shocked the world with a visit to Trump Tower, Kanye West. It was December 2016, just weeks after Trump's election. Cameras flashed as Kanye strode through the Golden Lobby, shaking hands with the president-elect. The meeting sparked headlines worldwide, with speculation swirling about Kanye's political ambitions. Kanye wasn't shy about his admiration. He donned a red MAGA hat, praised Trump in interviews, and even said they shared dragon energy. But as Kanye's personal life unraveled bizarre rants, public breakdowns, and a failed run for president in 2020, his bond with Trump became more of a liability than a strength. Today, Kanye's empire has crumbled. Once a billionaire fashion mogul, his fortune has shrunk dramatically after losing brand deals. His connection with Trump, a faded headline, overshadowed by the chaos of his own making. By now, the pattern is clear. In the age of reality television, Donald Trump offered celebrities a platform, a paycheck, and headlines. But when politics entered the picture, those ties became toxic. Hollywood thrives on image. Aligning with Trump meant alienating audiences, brands, and colleagues. For some, like Kanye, the cost was catastrophic. For others, silence was the only safe option. From Mar-a-Lago cocktail parties, to tabloid scandals, to political minefields, the price of standing too close to Trump has never been higher. And for our final two celebrities, the story gets even more personal. Number 2. Kim Kardashian. At number 2, the reality star who walked into the White House not as a celebrity, but as an advocate, Kim Kardashian. In 2018, Kim stunned the world when she met with President Trump to discuss prison reform. Her mission was personal: to secure clemency for Alice Marie Johnson, a grandmother serving a life sentence for a non-violent drug offense. The meeting worked. Trump granted Johnson clemency, and Kim's influence in criminal justice reform only grew. For a moment, the partnership between a reality star and a president seemed to bridge two unlikely worlds. But Kim was careful while she thanked Trump for his action. She never branded herself as a supporter. Instead, she walked a fine line, keeping her focus on reform while avoiding the political firestorm that came with Trump's name. Today, Kim Kardashian continues her journey as a business mogul, law student, and advocate for justice. Her connection with Trump lives on in history books not as friendship, but as proof that even in a divided era, unexpected alliances can change lives. Number 1. Sylvester Stallone. At number 1, the Hollywood action hero who once shared champagne at Mar-a-Lago, Sylvester Stallone. The star of Rocky and Rambo was spotted multiple times at Trump's Florida estate, mingling with high society. Trump praised him as a true American icon, and the two were friendly in Palm Beach circles. But unlike others on this list, Stallone has kept his political cards close to his chest. While he briefly served on Trump's Council on the Arts, he never campaigned for him. And after 2016, he carefully distanced himself from political controversy. Today, Sylvester Stallone remains a Hollywood legend, still acting, still directing, still the embodiment of cinematic grit. His connection to Trump? A quiet chapter in a larger-than-life career, one he rarely speaks of, preferring the roar of the big screen over the noise of politics. From Gary Busey's chaotic downfall to Kim Kardashian's unlikely White House mission, these 10 stories reveal one truth: fame and politics rarely mix well. For decades, Donald Trump was Hollywood's magnet. Celebrities posed with him, partied with him, and built careers on his stage. But when he traded reality television for the Oval Office, everything changed. In a polarized America, old friendships became scandals, and alliances turned into liabilities. In Hollywood, the spotlight is fickle. Yesterday's friend can be today's foe. And when politics enters the picture, even the brightest star can fade into silence.